You need that support system.
Absolutely. So we've covered a lot of ground. Practical applications of AI, accessible training, the impact on HR, and this power of community. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to results, right? How is AI actually helping businesses and individuals achieve measurable outcomes? What's the proof in the pudding?
Great question. And the material we have today offers some really compelling examples.
Oh, good.
Like AI can help businesses boost their brand recognition, become more visible online, and ultimately achieve sustainable growth. It's not just theory. AI delivers tangible results.
So it's not just about making things easier or faster. It's about real bottom line impact.
Right. And those results, as AI technology keeps evolving, they're only going to become more impressive.
This is all so fascinating. It's really making me think about how AI could be useful in my own life and work.
It is amazing how versatile it is.
Before we wrap up this first part of our deep dive, though, I want to touch on one more thing from the material. This idea that AI isn't about replacing humans. It's about empowering them.
I love that point.
Yeah, I think it's really important to emphasize that. What are your thoughts on that?
I think sometimes there's this fear that AI is going to make humans obsolete, but that's just not true. AI is a tool like any other, and its effectiveness really depends on the person using it.
So it's about finding that sweet spot, that balance between human intelligence and artificial intelligence.
Exactly. AI can handle the repetitive, data-heavy tasks, freeing up humans to focus on what we do best: creative thinking, problem solving, building relationships.
It's about taking advantage of the strengths of both humans and AI to achieve even greater things together.
Precisely. And as AI keeps developing, I think we're going to see more and more creative ways to combine human ingenuity with the power of artificial intelligence.
That's a great point, and I think one that our listeners will really appreciate. It's about seeing AI as a partner, not a replacement.
It really is. It's about augmenting what we can do, not replacing us altogether.
I like that perspective. Much more positive and empowering. But, we've talked a lot about the potential here, but I'm sure some of our listeners are thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but where do I even start?
Yeah.
It can feel a bit overwhelming, all this AI stuff.
Yeah, I get that. It can seem that way. But one of the key messages I'm seeing here from Greg Goshorn and the material you've shared is that AI is becoming more and more accessible every day.
And the good news.
There are so many resources out there, like online courses. Some are even free, and paid training programs that can help you learn the basics.
So you're saying you don't need a PhD in computer science to start exploring AI?
Nope, not at all. There are AI tools and platforms designed specifically for people who aren't tech experts, and a lot of them are surprisingly easy to use.
That's encouraging. So for someone who's totally new to AI, where would you suggest they start? What would be a good first step to dip their toes in?
I'd say start with some basic online courses or tutorials. There are tons of them available on platforms like Coursera, edX, even YouTube. They'll give you a good foundation, the basic concepts, the terminology.
Okay, so start with the basics. Makes sense.
Hmm.
But then what? How do you go from learning about AI to actually using it, doing something practical with it?
Right. Well, once you have a basic understanding, you can start playing around with some of the AI tools and platforms out there. There are AI-powered writing assistants that can help you create content, chatbots that can handle customer service, even design tools that use AI to help you create visuals. It's pretty amazing.
So there's really a whole range of AI tools out there depending on what you need or what you're interested in. That's cool. But let's say someone wants to go a step further. They don't just want to use existing tools. They want to build their own AI solutions. Is that even possible if you don't have a tech background?
It's becoming more and more possible. There are these platforms and frameworks emerging that allow you to build AI models without needing to know a lot of code or even any code in some cases.
Really?
Yeah, they often have these drag and drop interfaces and pre-built components. It makes AI development way more accessible.
Wow, that's exciting. So even if you're not a programmer, you could still get involved in creating AI.
Exactly. And as these platforms evolve, I think we'll see even more people empowered to create their own AI solutions. It's really democratizing the field.
I love that. It's making AI feel less like science fiction and more like something that's within reach for everyday people.
Exactly. That's what's so cool about it. AI isn't limited to these big research labs or tech companies anymore. It's becoming more open, and that's creating incredible opportunities for everyone.
Okay, so we've covered how to get started with AI, which is great. But what about the potential downsides? We have to talk about those too, right? I mean, there's a lot of talk about AI taking over jobs and that sort of thing. How do we make sure we're using AI responsibly?
That's a crucial point. You're absolutely right. We have to remember that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. It's our responsibility to ensure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits everyone, society as a whole.
So it's not just about the technical stuff, the coding and algorithms, but also about the ethical and social implications of AI.
Exactly. We need to think about things like job displacement, you mentioned that,
Mm.
and we need to make sure AI systems are transparent and accountable. We can't just let them operate in a black box.
It sounds like we need a more holistic approach to AI development, one that involves not just the tech folks, the computer scientists and engineers, but also ethicists, social scientists, policymakers.
Absolutely. We need everyone at the table. We need to look at AI from all angles, recognizing both its amazing potential and the challenges that come with it. And we need to work together to make sure AI is used in a way that benefits humanity.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about the bigger picture, the impact it has on all of us, not just the technology itself.
Right, exactly. And I think it's important for everyone to be part of this conversation about AI's future, not just the experts.
I agree. The more we understand about AI, both the good and the potential bad, the better equipped we'll be to make informed decisions about how it's developed and used. Okay, shifting gears a bit, I'm curious, what are some of the areas of AI development that you're personally most excited about? What gets you fired up?
Oh, there's so much happening right now, it's hard to choose. But one area I'm really fascinated by is the intersection of AI and healthcare. The possibilities are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
AI is being used to develop new diagnostic tools, personalize treatment plans, even discover new drugs. It's incredible.
Wow, that could completely change healthcare as we know it.
Yeah, I think we're only just beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible there. AI could help us tackle some of the biggest health challenges we face, like cancer, Alzheimer's disease. It's really exciting.
That's inspiring. What about other areas beyond healthcare? Anything else pique your interest?
Well, I'm also really interested in the potential of AI to address climate change. It can help us optimize energy consumption, develop more sustainable ways to transport things, even predict and mitigate the effects of extreme weather.
So AI can be a powerful tool for sustainability. That's a message we need to hear more of, I think.
I agree. It's important to focus on the positive ways AI can be used, not just the potential risks. It can be a force for good in the world, and I'm optimistic about its potential to help us solve some of our biggest problems.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype, good or bad, around AI. But you're right. It's important to remember it's a tool, and it's up to us how we use it.
Exactly. It's about making conscious choices and using AI in a way that aligns with our values.
Okay, as we start to wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI, what's one key takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with? What's the most important message you want to leave them with today?
If I had to boil it down to one sentence, I'd say this: AI is powerful, no doubt. It has the potential to transform our world in profound ways, but it's up to all of us to ensure it's developed and used responsibly, ethically, and for the benefit of everyone.
That's a powerful message,
Sure.
and one I hope our listeners will really take to heart. Now, before we go, I want to leave everyone with a thought-provoking question to ponder. Based on what we've discussed today, what aspect of AI feels most relevant or intriguing to you? What's one small step you could take this week to learn more, or even try out some AI tools? Share your thoughts with us on social media. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I love that. It's a great way to encourage folks to, take charge of their own AI journey.
Exactly. It's about getting past the fear, the hype, and just diving in, seeing what AI has to offer. Who knows? You might discover something you're really passionate about, a skill you never knew you had.
And even small steps can make a big difference.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe you try out one of those AI writing tools we talked about, or you play around with building a simple chatbot. The important thing is to just start somewhere and see where it takes you.
And that's really what this whole deep dive has been about, right?
Yeah.
Showing you that AI isn't some far-off futuristic concept. It's here, it's happening now, and it's full of possibilities.
It is. And whether you're a business owner, an employee, a student, or just someone who's curious about the world, AI has something to offer you.
So as we wrap up today, I want to thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of AI. It's been a fantastic conversation, and I hope you've learned something new, felt inspired, and maybe even a little empowered to explore AI further.
It's been a pleasure being here and sharing these insights.
And remember, everyone, the future of AI is really in our hands. Let's make it a future we can all be proud of.
Well said.
And to our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those questions coming. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.